Hello, I'm back and playing The Sims 4 on the internet again. If you play The Sims 4, or any Sims game really, you'll know there's a lot of challenges that go around. The 100 Baby Challenge, Not So Berry Challenge, Rags to Riches, and I love playing through all of these because I feel like as an adult my attention span is not nearly where it was when I was a kid and I would just make up little scenarios and play The Sims for hours and hours. So having these specific challenges of things I'm trying to do keeps me more engaged and keep going, if that makes sense. So that being said, I thought it would be fun if I made my own. So I made a generation style challenge for The Sims 4. There will be several generations, each one has different things they will need to complete. And this generation challenge has 9 generations. I have not yet thought of a name for this, so if you have any ideas, feel free to comment them below. I am open to suggestions. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and go through and kind of just give a little bit about each generation, and then at the end, I will have all of them at the end of this video as well if you would like to try it yourself. So starting out with Gen 1, our first matriarch of the challenge, the Sim is going to be moving to the city and try to figure out how to make it. The requirements for this are they're going to live in San Myshuno. Their traits, 2 of them have to be creative and self-assured. Their aspiration will be world famous celebrity. And as far as their career goes, they're going to resell things on Trendy, the Depop website of The Sims that came with high school years. And they're going to vlog and be an influencer. To complete this, the skills they have to max are going to be charisma and the video editing skill. And the thing with this challenge is each generation is going to be kind of just vastly different from the way they were raised in the last one. So going into Gen 2, this Sim is going to be more of an outdoorsy, just kind of wants to live a simple life, not trying to make it big, live off of the things that they have, you know? So the traits for this Sim are going to be loves the outdoors and a foodie. So I thought that the first generation was kind of easy. I made the traits go very well with the things they want to do. But for Gen 2, I decided to add foodie in there because one of the requirements is that you have to have the simple living lot trait. So I thought having that combined with foodie would be kind of fun because they're going to get upset if the food is not good, but they have to have all of the ingredients with simple living to be able to cook at home and all. So I thought that would be a little fun thing to throw in there. Their aspiration is going to be the freelance botanist. They're going to be really good at gardening, growing all their own vegetables. If you have the cottage living or horse ranch pack, you can have horses, goats, cows, and stuff like that to help have, well, you would have to have cottage living to have simple living on. But if you have more things, the more animals, the merrier, whatever you need to be able to complete this to your heart's desire. They're going to have a career and it's going to be the gardening career, and they have to get to the top level of that, as well as max the gardening skill and the cooking skill. Moving on into Gen 3, this Sim is going to be a genius, an overachiever, and a bit of a loner. They will need to attend university and they are going to major in physics and do robotics. That being said, since they are going to university, their aspiration is going to be the academic aspiration. For the career, they're going to go into the engineering career and they need to max that, as well as maxing the robotic skill. And to add a little fun in with the loner there, the Sim has to marry an outgoing Sim. And then moving on from Gen 3 to Gen 4, for this generation, they are also going to be a foodie like the previous Sim. So maybe they learned how to cook with that grandparent if they're still around when you're playing, if not, but they are also a slob. This Sim is going to have the master chef aspiration. And as for the career, they're just going to work the fast food restaurant job, or fast food employee, I forget what they call it in game, all the way up until they save enough money to buy and run their own restaurant. As far as skills go, clearly they're going to be maxing the cooking skill. And for a fun little twist, whoever this Sim chooses to marry or be with or end up with to create the next generation, they have to meet them at work and they need to be a neat glutton. Just because a little bit of clash is fun sometimes. And moving from Gen 4 to Gen 5, this Sim is going to be a gloomy bookworm. Their aspiration is going to be inner peace. As for their career, they're going to teach yoga classes and become a best-selling author, or as close as they can get. They will need to max the writing and wellness skill. This Sim is all about inner peace, finding inner peace, hence the aspiration. But when this Sim is a teen, they need to go help their parent of the previous generation work at the restaurant that they own, up until they are a young adult and can pursue their own career. One more thing that I threw in is that this sim needs to have triplets. That doesn't seem very peaceful, so it seemed like a fun challenge to throw in there. Moving on to Generation 6, this sim is an ambitious overachiever. They're also a perfectionist. Their aspiration is going to be the Renaissance sim. They want to be good at lots of things all at the same time. And they're going to go to university to pursue psychology. They will wind up in the education career. As far as skills, there are no specifics, but they do need to fully max 5 different skills. The sim also needs to have 2 failed engagements. Can have more if you'd like, but you have to have at least 2. Next up is Generation 7. The trait for this sim is going to be non-committal. After seeing, the previous generation have a few failed engagements, they're just kind of like, no, that's not for me. Their aspiration is going to be the villainous Valentine. Nothing as for career, this sim can really do whatever you would like for them to do. Their main goal is to break hearts. They need to max the mischief skill and the charisma skill, as well as after they complete the villainous Valentine aspiration, they need to meet somebody and settle down, and then have their first child, which will lead into Generation 8, which is the next generation. Generation 8 is going to be family-oriented, good, and loyal. Their aspiration is going to be big, happy family. They're going to become a doctor, max the parenting skill, and they're going to be more of a love at first sight kind of person. So whoever the first person they date is, that is who they're going to remain with for the rest of everything. And they are going to have 6 children with this person. And then moving on to our last generation, which will be Generation 9, to end this challenge. They're going to hate children, and they are a cat lover, going for kind of a cat lady vibe with our end cap of this challenge. Their aspiration is going to be friend of the animals. They're going to become a veterinarian, max the crocheting skill, and have no children. And that's where the generation challenge ends. I think this sounds really fun. If you want to play, feel free. Let me know what you think I should name it. I'll be playing it through here on my channel as well. I have not yet done it, so I'm kind of excited to see how it goes actually playing it through, so be sure to check back for that if you're interested in it. And yeah, thank you for watching.